Hello everyone, heartiest welcome to biology class of Soidwar College with Dr. Mohini Mohan Bora. I am delighted to be here now to discuss about the Muga culture. I will begin by looking at what is Muga culture. Then I will move on to give you a brief background about the Muga culture. Then the morphology and life cycle of Muga culture. Thereafter the rearing process of Muga culture. And towards the end, I will give you some home assignment and you can mail me or message me. Okay? I think everybody here heard about the Muga culture. তোমালোক সকলোৱে মুগা দেখিছা বা বহুতে মুগা কাপোৰ পিন্ধিছা। এই মুগা কেনেকৈ প্ৰস্তুত কৰা হয়, মুগা পলুৱে কি গছৰ পাত খায় আৰু মুগা পলু পদ্ধতি পালন কৰা পদ্ধতিৰ বিষয়ে আমি আজি আলোচনা কৰিম। মুগা কালচাৰ মানেনো কি? What is Muga culture? The Muga culture is an art and science dealing with rearing of Muga silkworm and production of thread from the cocoons of the Muga silkworm. The word Muga is an Assamese word which indicates the brown or amber color of the cocoon. The color of the thread of the Muga silk is golden yellow in color and no other silk possesses such natural brilliant yellow color. Muga is a pride of Assam. It is a traditional profession of the many people of Assam. You know, Muga is originated in Assam and Muga is not found elsewhere in the world. It is only confined in the Assam and adjoining area of northeast region of India. Let us proceed to the screen where you can see some of the important background about the Muga culture. Hello everyone. Silkworm is one of the rarest silk in the world. It is very strongest among all the natural fibers and it is totally golden yellow in color. Silkworm is Muga is durable, it is resistant to acid and it has high tensile strength. It is very comfortable to use all over the year due to its thermostatic nature. Muga is used in making variety of products and Assam Muga is popular in global market and exported to different countries of the world like USA, UK, Japan, Italy, France, etc. Assam received the geographical indication mark in the year 2007. Let us have a look on the origin and development of Muga silk culture in Assam. The Muga silk culture is considered to have originated in Assam. The Muga still exists in the wild condition in some forests of Assam and adjoining areas of northeast region. During the Ahom period, the Ahom king played very important role for the growth and development of the Muga culture because the higher officers had to wear the Muga uniform in the Ahom rules. The king also supervised many looms for the Muga silkworms. The status of the Muga culture witnessed the sharp decline during the British rule due to several factors. And presently, the Muga culture is not in the level of satisfactory level because it is very labor intensive work and the production is entirely depend on the weather condition and the uneducated or semi-educated peoples are mostly engaged in the Muga culture. Let us move on to the host plant of the Muga silkworm. Muga silkworm is a polyphagous insect and it feeds on varieties of the food plants. The important food plants are som and swallow. Som and swallow plants are abundantly grown in northeast India and generally the som trees are very prevalent in the upper Assam and swallow trees are common in lower Assam. But recently The som tree is also planted in Lower Assam, and swallow tree is also planted in Upper Assam. Depending on the leaf size, depending on the texture of the leaves, there are 4 varieties of the soms are recognized. These are Ampotia, that means the leaves of the som tree is like that of the mango tree. Jampotia means the leaves are like that of the jamun tree. Kothalpotia means the leaves are like that of the jackfruits. And the Nahorpotia means the leaves are like that of the Nahor tree. Likewise, there are 2 varieties of the swallow also recognized. These are oblong varieties and ovate varieties. In oblong varieties, the leaves are narrow, it is thick-leaved, and the ovate varieties, the leaves are very broad and it is very thick. Generally, ovate varieties are preferred by the farmers. The important secondary host plants of the Muga silkworms are Mezankori, Digloti, Bajramani, Bhemloti, Pansapa, Bogori, etc. Let us come to the morphology and life cycle of the Muga silkworm. The systematic position of the Muga silkworm: phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Lepidoptera, family Saturnidae, genus Antheria, and species Asama. The Muga silkworm, like that of the other lepidopteran insects, passes through 4 different stages in their life cycle. The life cycle completed through eggs, larva, pupa, and adult moths. The eggs, generally female lays eggs after mating. Generally 250 eggs are laid by a single female, and the eggs are continue to lay for 3 to 4 days, but the eggs of the first 2 days are preferred for the Muga rearing. Generally, the eggs are brown in color, it is oval in shape, dorsoventrally flattened, and the female is allowed to lay eggs in the khorika. It is made up of some thatch grass, and in culture, these thatch grass are hanged in different types of food plants like som and swallow trees, and the eggs are collected in a cloth and it is washed in 2% formalin. In traditional practice, tulsi water is sprayed over the eggs, and it is believed that if the tulsi water is sprayed over the eggs, it is prevented the pebrine disease. The larvae hatch in the morning hours by nibbling through the egg shell. The larvae undergo 4 molts and pass through the 5 instar. The different larvae instar could be easily identified by the color of the tubercles, which changes at every instar. The color of the body is black with distinct yellow lines at the intersegmental region. The body tubercles are yellow in color and are provided with setae. The head is small but distinct and black in color. After feeding for about 3 to 4 days in summer and 6 to 8 days in winter, the larvae enters the first molt and transforms itself into a second instar larva. The second instar larva is light yellow in color and the head changes from black to brown in color. Tubercles are blue in color. The characteristic features of third instar larva is that it is green in color, the tubercle is violet, and the clasper becomes triangular in shape and yellowish green in color. Just after molting, the fourth instar larva, dorsal surface of the body is dark green, while the ventral surface is light green in color. Small black eye spot on the lateral side of the head are prominent. The tubercles are red in color and provided with setae. The newly transformed fifth instar larva is light green, but the ventral surface is deep green in color. The head is triangular in shape and copper in color. The lateral line is prominent. The spiracles are black in color and are well developed in the fifth instar larva. A fully mature larva attains 10 to 15 gram of weight. The male and female larvae could be easily distinguished from the sexual markings which develop distinctly in the 8th and 9th abdominal segments on the ventral side of the 4th and 5th instar larva. On maturity, the larvae spins cocoon with silk filaments around its body after selecting a suitable site for pupation. Generally, it prefers the space between 2 to 3 dry or semi-dry leaves. The females spin longer cocoons than the males. The prepupua is soft and light green in color, but gradually turns brown to dark brown in pupal skin, become harder. The spinning of cocoon takes 3 days in summer and 7 days in winter. The pupal stage lasts for 14 days in summer and 14 days in winter. The moth emerges from the cocoons at dusk and may continue till the dawn. The male and female moth exhibit distinct sexual dimorphism. They can be easily identified with the following characters, like the curvature of wing. The male moth, the tip of the forewing have sharp curve, while easily distinguishable from that of the females. The antennae of the male moth are broader than those of the female. The abdomen of the male moth is narrow, whereas the female abdomen is broad. The color of the wing and body of the male moth are copper brown, dark brown, while the female is yellow light brown. The male moth flies actively and copulates with a stationary female. The female moths seldom fly. Coupling lasts overnight. After decoupling, the female moth lays egg, preferably on dry twigs called the khorika. So, here is some home assignment for you. You can mail me or message me this assignment, and this is all about for this presentation. Okay, thank you.